Welcome to Shonen Flop Chibi, First Impressions mini-episode where we talk about the first chapter of the series we'll be covering in depth next week with our guest, Jazzy Oliver.
Jazzy hands.
I'm sure they never hear that. Nope. I'm Jordan, and with me today, as usual, is my lovely co-host, David. Say hi, David.
Hi, David.
What series are we covering this week, David?
We've got quite a sexy mystery on.
What?
We're covering Syd Craft. That's right. I'm sex. Oh, imagine if the name of the series was Sex Detective, and it was like one of those things where it was like an American series, and that was just what they called it in Japan was Sex Detective.
Oh my god! Yeah,
and it wouldn't have been Kansas.
I was thinking that this is one of Blizzard's lesser known titles.
Yeah, this is such a weird name for a series. But why don't you tell us about it?
Well, the thing is, so this is Syd Craft. Isn't there like a subtitle?
Yes, Sex Detective.
It's like Syd Craft Sex Detective.
Love is a mystery.
Yeah, Syd Craft Love is a Mystery. I keep wanting to call it Syd Craft Love is War, but no, that is Kaguya-sama.
Love is a mystery dungeon.
Or Kaguya-san. Yeah, Love is a battlefield, actually. But it was written by Tsutsui Taishi, and it ran from November 18th, 2024 to June 16th, 2025. 33 chapters and 4 volumes. And yeah, let's get into the plot summary.
Let's fucking do it.
Syd Craft is a great detective who hates being one. Can't stand blood and corpses and hates mystery novels. What? Instead reading romance novels? What?
What?
Additionally, David, get this. Every time a girl actually seems to be into him, turns out that she's a murderer. Aw, dang. The female inspector Souffle Flamberry, wow, what an annoying name, has a friendly rivalry with him, but wishes that she didn't have to rely on him so much. One day, his plucky sidekick Elio decides to take him for a drink at the local pub, where Syd meets a beautiful bartender who has an injured arm, and they have a bit of a meet cute, which is a term that apparently David hadn't heard before.
Yeah.
And it is a term used in a lot of romantic comedies, and it is literally exactly what it sounds like. It's like they meet in a way that's kind of cute. Yeah.
Very cute. Very demure.
Popcorn David.
Just then, Inspector Souffle interrupts and says that there's a corpse in the woods that she wants him to look at. He determines it was a murder staged to look like a suicide, and the killer would have been non-fatally shot. When walking home, he runs into the cute bartender who starts flirting with him super hard, but accidentally reveals that she knows the corpse was a murder victim.
Aw, dang.
Syd realizes that her arm injury was the result of the bullet, and she's arrested. Later, Elio's hat falls off, revealing that they are in fact a pretty girl, but must hide that info from Syd for some reason. And Flamberry reflects on her mysterious childhood friend that she was in love with. She can't remember his name. He was going to be a great detective, and his name started with Psy, but she's too fucking stupid to live, so she can't put 2 and 2 together. Because I'm starting to think that this series may not respect women, and that probably would have been a good guess.
I don't know if it doesn't respect women.
It's almost like that's a guess.
Hey, I just kind of feel like this series, everybody's dumb in this series.
To get a first impression, it's kind of crazy. A lot of his observations, I personally would think, are extremely obvious. Like,
yeah,
they're like, oh, he wore platform shoes because he was short. And then he's like, the guy's over like 6'4", which is extremely apparent. So
yeah,
obviously that wasn't why he was wearing platform shoes.
But they're not just platform shoes. They're like really weird shoes.
Yeah.
That are like specifically meant to make your footsteps look smaller. And they act like, oh no, he's a shoemaker. He just makes fancy looking shoes. And it's like, what?
Also, couldn't they tell that the footprints were way deeper? Because I assume this dude has like 80 pounds on her. So you're going to be like, okay, this is clearly the footprints of someone who weighed over 200 pounds, as you would expect of someone who's 6'5".
Well, not only that, but didn't she then step in his footprints to get out?
But they were wearing the same shoes, Jordan.
So it would be like 3 times as deep.
I don't know, Jordan.
But like, also, like, I don't know, if an inspector comes up to a detective and says, hey, there's a corpse in the woods that you need to look at, I'm gonna assume it's a murder.
Yeah, why else?
But like, instead he's like, how did she know it's a murder? And it's like, well, because somebody on the police told you there was a corpse.
Yeah.
And you're a detective who solves murders. I also would assume it's a murder.
Yeah, it's fun. Yeah, everyone in this series is very dumb. Also, I think Syd Craft is a stupid name for him. I think it's a stupid name for the character.
It's a very dumb name.
I bet Tucker's got some note where it's some super cute joke that just didn't translate well.
Yeah. Also, I would like to point out that I was on the podcast Shonen Jumping the Gun, which is actually like a mini podcast on the same feed as That Time I Got Reincarnated in the Same World as an Anime Podcaster, which is Isekai Sensei Sama's podcast. And we covered this chapter, and I immediately was like, oh, this is a flop. So I'm very proud of myself that I called this series was a flop. I was like, man, you know, this first chapter was somewhat enjoyable. I can't wait to read it on our show. And here we are, David.
We're doing it.
We're doing it because this was so blatantly, like, I read this and I'm just like, this is going nowhere.
Yeah, so much time is wasted. They show a lot of details that I don't think you needed to, and also they just spend a lot of time talking about how cool Syd is.
It is so stupid how Syd's like, man, I can't remember who my first love was. And it's like, she's obviously right there. And it's like, on one hand, I get it. It's supposed to be like, oh, he's so smart when it comes to murder, but not when it comes to love. But like, he's also shown to be like, he figures out that somebody's glasses are missing.
Yeah.
And where they are just by seeing them. So it's like, well, he's a very observant person, except for like right here.
Yeah, I don't quite understand the confusion. It's blatantly her.
It's blatantly her. Like, it doesn't make him seem smart when the audience gets it. And to be clear, it's something that like I got the second that he said this was his love interest.
Yeah.
Like, before they even intentionally revealed it. Similarly, they act like Elio being a boy is a big, like, revelation, and I kind of just assumed Elio was a girl when she was first introduced.
I thought so, too. That'll be one of my guesses, but we'll talk about that. It's also, I do want to get into the positives. I do think it's cool that this seems to be imposter syndrome as a main theme of this series, and the character really having to feel like he's shielding who he is and masking. I don't think the author is good enough to really talk about things like that in an interesting way, but at least there are elements you don't see very often. I can't think of a shonen that imposter syndrome and masking are very, like, at the top of mind when it comes to the manga's topics.
Well, it's complicated. First of all, how much of a shonen is this?
It ran in Shonen Jump.
You know what? That's fair. But also, it seems like he's just reflexively doing the imposter syndrome thing.
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't even want to do it. I will say, like, there was, like, one or two jokes that I thought did kind of land, like, where he's like, I hate mystery novels. I just want to read romance novels. And then Elio walks in and he's, like, suddenly acting very edgy and reading a mystery novel. I don't know. That one kind of worked.
He's just like you, for real.
Just like me.
Yeah, I also love the manifestation of super luck, where, like, when he's getting anxious and stuff, they're all like, oh, he's just deep in thought. I'm sure he's working on it. You know? It's like,
Yeah.
I mean, it's like with King in One Punch Man or Buggy. I do love that trope a lot.
What's the trope?
Like the super luck, where it's just like a master bullshitter just is always getting lucky. You know, like Buggy just says bullshit that somehow works out, or Reagan in Mob Psycho.
Yeah. Yeah, I get what you mean.
Yeah. They talked about how they thought he killed himself, and I feel like some of the dialogue made it seem like they implied that short people, like, it's a reasonable thing for a short person to kill themselves. They were like, oh, the platform shoes make sense that they killed themselves because they were short. I don't remember the exact wording, but that was the impression I got from how they at first thought he was like a short person.
It would be really funny if in like the following chapters, you would just see people walking around with those exact weird platform shoes. And it was just like an average fashion statement.
Oh, like the ending of Double Taisei with the bags.
I was just going to say like a Double Taisei thing. Oh, Double Taisei was good.
It was good. Things like the revelation of the detective being a childhood friend. Oh, I'm sorry. Assuming that why was that even needed to be in the chapter? Or Elia pretending to be a girl? Like, why not wait until that actually matters at some point, right?
Right? It was like you didn't have to reveal that, or you could also have it that they know, because it's just really stupid.
Yeah.
Where she's just like, oh man, I'm dealing with this great detective whose name starts with S-Y. Man, I wonder how my friend is. I don't remember his name, but he was gonna be a great detective and his name started with S-Y.
Yeah.
What the fuck? How, like, genuinely, it's like, are you really this dumb?
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, it's just so stupid.
Yeah, it's so stupid. And Jordan, I would not read our 10 chapters of this. How about you?
No, I would not.
Yeah. And then Jordan, what do you think will happen next?
I think this is a harem manga.
Really?
We've seen this before where it's like it starts off seeming like a one-on-one romance and then, oh man, there's just like more girls showing up that are into the main character. And I think that's what's going to happen with this series. I think there's going to be like at least 3 girls that are hanging around and into him.
Yeah.
My next guess is Syd will have to prove that Elio is innocent. Elio gets like framed for something, and the fact that Elio is secretly a girl will have to deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think there's going to be an overarching villain.
Interesting. Those all make sense. Mine are the author cannot keep up with coming up with weekly mysteries, and he's going to pivot to an easier to write about topic. Syd knew Elio was a girl the whole time, probably didn't even know they were hiding their gender.
See, the thing is that, like...
Yeah, that's good writing.
Well, but you see, like, internal monologue where Syd seems to be like, how can he talk to this cute girl so easily?
Fuck, was it? Oh, well.
Yeah. I get it, though, because it's also like, how is he this stupid? It's so blatant.
Yeah, and then finally, I think there's going to be some big meta mystery he's trying to solve. Perhaps he inherited it from his father.
I see.
Which counts if the mystery is who killed his father.
Yeah, I guess it does.
All right. And Jordan, what's your power word?
Obvious, because the mysteries here, at least in the first chapter, have not been difficult, and I could obviously tell this was a flop from the first chapter.
Yeah. All right. And then mine was imposter. He's got imposter syndrome. And this makes you think of better manga about detectives, like Case Closed.
Yeah.
All right. But the case is open on who sent us some questions for Q&A. Shout out to everyone who drops them in the Discord. Just a reminder, you give priority to those who haven't asked a question before or haven't had a question answered in a long time. From Lord Anubis, most underrated manga series in your opinion. It can either be a success or a flop.
There was that one good Pokemon manga.
Pokemon Special?
That was like, yeah, I think that was like surprisingly good. Or like, I don't know. It's hard for me to think of underrated manga.
Yeah. I want to give a shout out to Parashoppers. I think that series is awesome, and I definitely don't know anyone who talks about it except people in Shonen Flop. Essentially, it's kind of like, it reminds me a lot of Yu Yu Hakusho, where a guy has perhaps I've never seen a character think of more uses of the ability to psychically be able to move a single piece of straw, and yet I keep being surprised by ideas they have.
Whoa.
Right? Isn't that crazy?
I like that, yeah.
Jordan, is there any manga that we've covered that you think you want to give a shout out to if you can't think of anything?
Well, Double Taisei, like we said earlier.
There you go, Double Taisei.
Double Taisei fucking rules. Yeah.
Top 5 manga that end with the main character in jail.
Yeah.
But not really. It's just itchy. From Staghorn, which flop protagonist would you most want to dress up as for Halloween? It would be really easy to dress up as the Yokai Buster guy, and I hate dressing up for Halloween, so maybe him. Because you just wear a suit with a red tie.
If I was able to, Jackman would be fun.
That would be sick.
Zipman, yeah.
Hunter's Guild Red Hood, I feel, also would have been fun.
Yeah, dressing up like red. You dress up like red. Cool.
All right.
David's walking around with like big pillows under his shirt.
God. And then from Dude Rocks, what is your number one nuttiest squirrel moment in Jump? Is it the squirrel gun from Takamagahara or a hand squirrel from JoJo Part 2? I gotta give it to the squirrel gun. How about you, Jordan?
I don't know how I couldn't give it to the squirrel gun.
Yeah.
The squirrel gun is, give Araki all that he's due, but squirrel gun was like a major part of that fucking series.
Still respect our boy Cars.
Yeah.
From Spubby, based on the Pokemon Jump cover, if you had to give a flop character a Pokemon, which would you choose for the best fit? Who would you do, Jordan?
I would give Kako from Kako and the False Detective. I would give her Haunter.
Nice. I would give Debonair Diamond Emboar, the firefighting Pokemon.
Yeah, that works. Yeah.
Yeah. What was the electric guy from what was it? Red?
Oh, Red Sprite.
Yeah.
Fuck, I don't remember his name, but I know who you're talking about.
What's a good? Just give him Pikachu as the lead.
Fuck it, Pikachu.
What's the most metaphorical Israeli Pokemon? Electabuzz. There. Well, I'll take no further questions.
Electabuzz. God.
Oh man. This would have been a fun one to do, where we just go through flop protagonists and say what Pokemon we think of. It took them a long time to make a dolphin Pokemon.
Yeah, it did, didn't it?
I think it was like Gen 7. Finizen. It's so weird, right?
Yeah.
That's like there is still no capybara Pokemon, which really bums me out.
Bidoof.
Bidoof is a beaver?
Yeah, true. I think there are like a couple rodents where it's like, I guess you could argue, but no. I guess you're right.
Yeah. And then finally, what food have you never eaten but you want to from CT3LA?
I don't know. Inspired by that Smiling Friends episode, I'm kind of interested in a century egg.
They sell them at Costco, I think.
Well, I'm not that interested in
okay. Oh, God. I want to try real wasabi.
Oh.
Because, it's like the ones they serve in America are fake. So I really just want to know like what it actually tastes like.
So I had escargot a little while ago and was surprised at how much I liked it. So now I kind of want to try, I'm kind of interested in trying like frog's legs because that's the other gross French food that people make fun of. Yeah, but it would have to be good from a good restaurant, a legit French restaurant.
Very good.
I'm not just having any random frog's legs. I respect frogs too much.
Fair enough. Jordan, you know what else is fair? Is thank you, Jordan, for all your hard work on the show, editing the chibi and making the cover art.
Thank you, David, for doing pretty much everything else, like wrangling the guests and putting the show together and also doing editing.
No problem. Thank you, Dylan, for assistance with editing. You can find his podcast, Anime Out of Context, at animeoutofcontext.com. Thanks to Tucker and MaxyBee for assistance with pronunciation, translation, and other miscellaneous research. Find us on BlueSky/X at Shonen Flop, Tumblr, Shonen-Flop, and our website, ShonenFlop.com. We're on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, or wherever else you get your podcast. Come join the Shonen Flop Discord. It's open to everyone. Hang out with us, talk about anime, games, whatever else is on your mind. We even have a manga book club where they are going through Fist of the North Star and movie nights. Find a link to it in the show notes or on our site, ShonenFlop.com. Jordan, anything you want to toss in?
So first of all, David, you should take out the Apple Music thing because you can't find podcasts on Apple Music.
What do you mean?
That's not a thing. I have Apple Music. It doesn't have podcasts on it. There's Apple Podcasts. They're different apps.
What? Well, fuck if I knew.
They're no, you wouldn't know. But yeah, they are different apps.
Interesting.
Yeah. Check out my Game Jam game, Biscuit Bandits. Yeah.
Lucifer and the Biscuit Bandits.
If only we did a Lucifer and the Biscuit Hammer reference, which we did not.
Bummer.
So,
that's how you know I didn't work on it.
Yeah, no, if David was working on it, he would 100% have put it in, but he did not work on it. I, however, did the music. So yeah, check that out. I'd also like to thank my wonderful girlfriend, Steph.
I love it. I also want to give a shout out to my wife, Rachel. I was in Toronto and she gave me $20 to buy snacks, and that was a lot of fun.
That's very nice.
And my adorable Papacino, she's trying a new dog food and she's being very brave about it.
Aww.
She's a little baby.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's about it, Jordan.
All right.
Thanks so much for listening. Tune in next Monday for our full episode on Syd Craft featuring Jazzy Oliver.
This has been Jordan.
This has been David.
And you've been listening to Shonen Flop. David, say it.
Keep on flopping floppers.
Bye.
Bye.